We have this new game, Pat, that we're introducing, and you're gonna be the first one to play it. So strap in. This
Let's do
game
it.
is called Shot Clock, and this is a segment where, just like in the NLL, you're going to be given 30 seconds to shoot. Well, we're obviously not NLL players, so instead of shooting a ball, you'll be shooting your answers. You'll have 30 seconds to shoot them. I'm going to give you either a question, which could be one or multiple parts, or some kind of word prompt. And the goal is to get your live, genuine, off the cuff, raw meets reaction. So I have a question for you, Pat. Are you ready to play Shot Clock?
Let's do it.
Woo! All right, let's go. Let me get the graphic. That'd be nice if I had like a little shot clock, right? Cool. All right. I hope there's a better way to do this. There is. Good.
Look at that.
Here we go.
Where's there over there?
I'll have to say you're working the camera well. All right, you do podcasts mostly. Anyways, here we go. The
Face
first
for radio.
question. Yeah, for sure. That's actually me, to be fair. Anyways,
No way.
first one, Montreal game. Go.
It's going to be electric. I think the people of Montreal are starting to feel the hype around it. I think maybe not even a hot take. My take here is Montreal. It's going to be a home game for the Riptide, not just because it's on the schedule, but because if anyone follows sports in Montreal, they hate Toronto. So they're going to be booing the Rock. I can't wait for that one.
Adam Levy would be so jealous you said that in 30 seconds. Okay. Next one. Albany Firewolves for 6-0.
Just when you think they are going to fall on their faces, they prove everyone wrong. Historic stuff we're seeing from that offense. But I think now we're finally seeing the credit of that defense. Colton Watkinson, I already mentioned, Young, Byrne, studs out the back end, Tchaikovsky, and oh yeah, Doug Jamieson. Early MVP case, no doubt for him.
I hate you. Too bad Alex Simmons exists, by the way. But yeah, you're making this about 20 seconds for crying out loud. All right. Question 3. Who is the worst team in the NLL right now, and why?
Right now, it's the Colorado Mammoth, and it's because they don't have an offensive identity. We're seeing Dylan Ward start to heat up. The defense is starting to look better, and at the start of the year, it was flipped, vice versa. Couldn't get a stop defensively and couldn't figure things out in the net. Offense has to be better. Ryan Lee, unfortunately, not going to finish the year. They need someone on that offense to step up.
We'll count that one. That was a good shot. Speaking of Preston's father, for inspiring the next question, if there was a movie produced and directed called The Brotherhood, I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
The Brotherhood of the Traveling Suits, who would play Tyson Geek, Jake Elliott, and yourself? Give me three guys. Who would play you guys?
Okay. Tyson Geik would be Bradley Cooper. Jake Elliott would be, oh God,
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah, that's a great one. Let's go with The Rock. And then for me, oh God, I have no idea. Let's go with
Mark Wahlberg.
Sure, but I've been told I look like the guy from The Hunger Games. We'll go with that guy. Whoever played PETA.
Is that Josh Hutcherson or?
Might be. I don't know. Let's go with that guy. I don't even know who that is.
Producer Joe's losing it backstage. Producer Joe, could you be a producer and Google that crap for us, and then we'll talk about that next time? I don't know if you've seen this, but how do you feel about the Saskatchewan Rush's throwback uniforms that will be debuting this weekend? Currently, what are your okay? Well, first off, this is a two-part question. So, how do you feel about their uniform, and also currently, what are your favorites and least favorite uniforms in the NLL?
Okay, this one's going to have to be quick. Rush throwbacks. They're ugly, they're gross, but I like it because they are in the 80s, the 90s. They had bad jerseys, and it gives an homage to one of the older teams. Favorite jerseys in the NLL. God, I have so many. Halifax Whites are up there. The Buffalo Bandits, either of them, those are absolute fire. I've always been a big fan of The Seals' new whites. I didn't even get them. Worst ones.
Well, who is the worst one? Just who's the worst one for you?
Probably. It's funny because I said the Seals white jerseys are really nice with the white helmets. I think they're purple with the black helmets, black shorts. Those are terrible for me.
I like that. That was. I mean, we hit overtime. That's fine. That's fine. That was good. That was my fault too. I didn't word the question correctly.
No, I think we got another shot off and we reset the clock, picked up the loose ball.
They probably had a 30-minute replay. It's whatever. Or review.
Okay. Don't get me going on the reviews. Don't get me going on the reviews.
Oh, I'm especially in the NLL. Let me shut up. Who, in your opinion, is the best player in lacrosse in the National Lacrosse League right now, and why?
Oh, this is such a hard question because the offensive guys get a lot of love. Like I think, when you bring up Dane Smith, you bring up Josh Byrne, Jeff Teat, but this is going to be a hot take. This is going to be a very hot take. The two players that I think are the best overall players in the National Lacrosse League are Challen Rogers and Jake Withers because they do so much more than just put the ball in the net than some of the top offensive players we've seen in the league.
Okay, he got pissed off at that one expiring. No, you're right. I love Jake Withers. And Challen, I mean, you kind of live near the rock where they play, so it's whatever. I respect that. He's not bad though.
He's unbelievable, man. He and I know this is off the shot clock, but I'm going to throw this out there.
Well, screw it.
He was going up against Cody Jamieson almost the entire night. Even was switching off the other side of the floor. He was playing both sides of the floor defensively. He also was taking a near regular shift on offense. He was on the loose ball team for the faceoffs. And at the end, I literally joked to John Abbott on the broadcast and said, what can't this guy do? And then at the end of the game, he made a save in the crease on Clark.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Dude literally did everything. So shout out to him. Shout out to Jake Withers. Give respect for the defensive guys. Give respect to the guys that do everything.
I mean, this is that Courier Award, to be fair.
100%. I mean, you could put him in that conversation too.
Love it. That deserved the shot clock expiration, by the way. Okay, given that the winter weather is a hot, or should I say cold topic, if you will, across the continent right now, God, producer Joe said wreaking havoc on people's day-to-day as well as the sports world. That was his words. This next question seems fitting. Let me set the stage with this question. It's a Friday morning. Pat Gregoire has to make it to the airport in time to be in San Diego to call a game. You wake up, look out the window, and realize you're snowed in 3 feet deep. Who is your starting 5 current NLL players to help you shovel out the snow to make it in time?
Oh, this is a great question, producer Joe. Graham Hossack.
Oh,
Mike Messenger. We'll go with Billy Hostrauser, Dawson Feed, and Paul Dawson. Just going big boys just to clear everything off.
Can Graham Hossack wear the appropriate shoes, though?
Don't get me started on those either, man. I would say something to him, but I'm terrified that he might split me in half.
Yeah, he only wins awards for being the most intimidating and all kind of crap like that. This is good.
Yeah.
All right. Best game this weekend and why?
Best game this weekend and why? I will have to go with San Diego Seals and Albany Firewolves. Until the Albany Firewolves lose, they are the marquee matchup. The Seals are a team that have championship aspirations. They're a team that really haven't met up to full potential here. I think that when you look at an Elder States team like the Seals going up against a stud lineup of young guys.
Yeah. You know what, though? My son producer Joe before, we talk, when handicapping these games, we do our own little handicapping and we suck anyways. We like to think like the storylines of these games is like the vets versus you can't. We're waiting for the Adam Levy stat of the age discrepancy. This is insane. Do you trust the old guys that finally get this team out the water, or do you trust the rookies to just have the energy? It's so weird.
It really is. And that's what makes this great. And you've said it before. I've said it. The teams are going to get tape out on Albany. They're going to figure it out. Well, the tape's out there, but teams haven't been able to figure it out. I think that once one team figures it out and the formula is out there, maybe that's when we see Albany start to go down, but no team has put that formula out there yet.
True. We have 2 more, and don't worry, because we're almost out of time anyways. I don't want to keep you waiting here. What are your impressions so far of Brett Fruit growing in now his sophomore year in the NLL? What's your take on Brett Fruit?
I think Brett Fruit has done a phenomenal job, growing this league, growing the game, really capitalizing on the fact that we're getting ready to see lacrosse in the Olympics in 2028 with the Unboxed. Him and Kurt Hunziger did a great job unloading that. Again, I think that's a big next step is let's figure out some of these franchises that are struggling a little bit. How do we get them? How do we make them healthy rather than just thinking about expansion with our previous regime?
We have a very lenient shot clock, just as you know, so you're fine. Like, there's no like, I did that to Adam leaving. It was very unfair to him. Okay, this is gonna suck so bad. Finally, give us an over-under on the amount of brews you and producer Joe plan on throwing back after the Buffalo Bills pulled down and bend over and spank Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, spank the living hell out of them like they stole something in Orchard Park on Sunday. How many brews?
Oof, I'd say, well, you got to factor in he's south of the border. I'm north of the border. Our beer's stronger up here.
Oh, Lord.
100, let's say 100.5. No, in all seriousness, I'm ready to go. I'm excited. I'm even debating going down the QEW and going into Buffalo, go to Orchard Park and watch that game. I'm fired up. There's not enough beers in the world to celebrate if that happens.
That was the worst guest segment of all time. I can't stand you. We had to end on the whatever.